Hey guys, once again, I'm back, CryptoCruz, bringing you another market update with CoinFinancial. Alright, let's just dive right into it. Here's the tech analysis. This is going to be a short one, okay? Alright, so what we have here is the 4-hour chart of the Bitcoin, and again, here are falling widening wedge that we broke out of last night or yesterday. Okay, so just like the other one, right? Same thing here, same thing. If we go on the daily chart, on the bigger picture, just like what I talked about on this bigger falling wedge pattern, when we broke out of here, right? Remember, it was about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago when I talked about it. When we broke out of here, I said I was expecting us to go back down to retest this support, which was once resistant. Remember, whenever we break resistant, what was once resistant becomes support. Whenever we break support, what was once support becomes resistant. So when this big giant falling wedge, when we broke out of it, I said I was expecting more likely that we go back down and retest it before we move up. So that's exactly what we did here, okay? On the bigger frame. Now, going back in the 4-hour chart, let's make it a little bigger. We are doing the same thing again, okay? We broke out of it. It was a bullish pattern. We broke out of it. But before we move higher, I am now actually expecting us to maybe go sideways or even retest this support that was once resistant now becomes support. All right, but what I see here, if we if we do, which is highly likely that we are going to go back down, we're not going to keep continuing back up. We're not going to continue to go up. I mean, we can. There's a small probability that we can actually go all the way up here to 41.5 and then we go down. Okay, actually not even a small probability. It's 50-50 that we go up to 41.5 and then we go down, or we can start going down now, right? So whichever that is, it's a high probability that we do retest this, whether it be later or whether it be now, okay? But again, high probability that we do retest this. Now, we can go down here and not even touch it, just get close to it, kind of like what we did here. We got close to it, but we didn't quite touch the support, and the thing is, regardless if we do go down, what's happening is if we go down and then bounce back up, we have just made an inverse head and shoulder on the 4-hour. Okay, and if you want me to draw it out for you, here's the shoulder, and then the head. Well, that looks ugly. Hold on, I do not have a pen. Maybe I should have a pen, a stylus pen here. But here's the shoulder, there's the head, and then if we go back down, it'll make a shoulder right there, right? And then we can continue up, right? So, or again, like I said, or we can, or we can do this. We can go down, head, and then continue up to the 41.5, and then go back down, and then do that. Either way, it's a high probability that we go back down and retest or get close to retesting that support line. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. Again, I'm not gonna go full on bullish until we actually break the 41.5 level. That is the level to look at. And now the reason I'm saying it's a high probability that we do go back down to retest that support line. And by the way, guys, the support line is right around 37, which is a major support slash resistant. So at around 37.5, around there. That's the target I'm looking at for us to go down to. you know. But again, I'm not gonna go full on bull until we actually break the 41.5 level and break up above it. Okay, but the reason I say there's a higher probability we do go down first is because the Bollinger Band are also starting to squeeze, right? If we don't get close to that, we may just move sideways and consolidate and make this squeeze even more narrow before we break back up. Okay, but again, inevitably in the long term in Bitcoin, we are gonna go higher. Okay, now I promised I will talk about the Gaussian channel. So that's my tech analysis for the short term time frame. Now we're gonna go to a longer time frame. Okay, we're gonna go to the month, the weekly candle. All right, turn that off. Again, we're gonna turn off all my indicators except for the Gaussian channel. Put it this way. Turn on my Gaussian channel. All right, logarithmic. All right, so now what we have here is the Gaussian channel. So we are in the weekly chart right now and going all the way back to the bear market of 2019. Okay, even going all the way back down to the bear market of 2014 all the way through the 2016 bear market. As you can see, every time we go inside the Gaussian channel, we have somewhat of a bearish sentiment. But every time we touch, I'm gonna make it bigger, right? Every time we've touched the bottom of this Gaussian channel and even go below it, these are the best buying opportunity at this level when we're at the bottom or below the bottom. This is where you DCA. DCA means dollar cost average. When you see the touching the bottom, I would buy some, but don't go all in, but I would buy some. And then if we do go down more, I would buy more, because historically that has been the best buying opportunity. Because why? That's usually mean we're bottoming out usually, and then we go up. That has happened. Every time that has happened, it's always been the same. We go up to the bull market, and then we go back to the bearish. We went back inside. It's kind of like a quicksand. We went back inside, and then look at that. Boom. We dipped down. Best buying opportunity. Everyone that bought in here made the big gain. See, look, it went back up, right? And then went back down. Buying opportunity. That was the Corona dump. That was actually an anomaly. You know, it's crazy. It was unforeseen. It just happened, and it went down and back up. But nonetheless, best buying opportunity. And guess what happened after that? Boom. That's when we went all the way, straight shot to 65K, right? Now we're here again. We almost fell into quicksand, but we got back out. Now we went back inside the quicksand, and here we are in present time. I'm gonna make that bigger. Here we are in present time. All right, and we are getting close to touching it, right? So it's starting to become a good buying opportunity here. That doesn't mean we're not going any lower, right? There's always a chance we go lower. I'm not saying it's gonna happen this next week or a week after. Maybe it might happen a few months from now. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we get back out of this quicksand and go back up. But in order for us to do that, we have to go above, kind of like the Bollinger Band. We have to go above, over that middle line, and close above it on the weekly chart and just stay above it, right? But if we go down lower, I mean anywhere around here, that's a good buying opportunity. And then if we do go lower, then buy some more. But guess what? Historically, guys, every time we get close to that bottom or even go below the bottom, we always hit, that's usually the bottom of the bear market or bear sentiment, and then we start going back up on the next bull. So that is my long-term indication, long-term analysis, I mean. Okay, so again, regardless of what's going on, I always just look at the chart. I pretty much close my ear. I don't listen to noise. I don't listen to FUD and everything, Bitcoin will always, well, not always, right? Bitcoin has a higher chance of recovering pretty much every time we dump, because I do believe that we are going to head a lot higher than 100K eventually, right? So why would you want to sell now if you believe we're going to head higher than 100K? Okay. And also, we're, as you can see, according to the Gossen channel, we are reaching bottom. So um, just stay even keel, be patient. Again, uh, you know, the biggest gains in fortune favors those with patient hands. All right. Until next time, goodbye.